all the element called format.
And that's another thing that students always say to you, right? They say, I always play the same thing over and over. I'm sick of hearing I play this lick, I play this lick. And it usually comes down to the way they practice, right? They probably still practice that lick. And more than anything, I try to practice no licks ever. Always, and if it's a lick, you know, say if it's a lick, classic drum lick is right, left, bass. Everyone learns right, left, bass. So that's a lick, right? You hear a guy do it, a guy's playing, and you see him play, and every time he does it, same. That's what a lick is. Just this repeated pattern that might be technically difficult, but it really doesn't have. It's passionless. It has no music because it's so practiced that it's just like saying It's the equivalent of saying in your sentence. So if I was going to practice right, left, bass, which is a lick, I would figure out how to practice it as improv. You know, you try to make something new out of it. So that is a phrase in three, right? 3 notes, right, left, bass. But it can be played in any rhythm. So I try and take a phrase in 3 and make sure I can play it across 16 notes, which is grouped in 4s. So that's big right away. So what I mean by that is those 16 notes is here. So I take that right, left, bass, and I'll start on the snare drum. Around the kit using the rule of staying with 16 notes, staying with the right, left, bass all the time. Throw dynamics in there, because you gotta always throw dynamics in there. And then for drums, it's orchestration, you know, moving to the sounds. So in that case, I've definitely never played that before. And, you know, even some of those figures inside of that I've never tried. It just kind of happens that way, you know. And I made a mistake in there too. So even something as basic as that in a figure that I've been playing for a long time, and I could totally waste if I'm doing As soon as I try to start making music, it's much more difficult, and you're thinking, and I'm being filmed, so all of a sudden it's like, okay, gotta play something cool, and all that plays a part in the routine. You know, you're really digging in far deeper, and that's what licks are for, actually, is so you can default to something that's really cool that you've worked up, and that will perform under pressure when you're digging for something cool, which is like the wrong way to be thinking when you're improvising anyway, right? So getting away from licks is like my basic philosophy of playing. Try to play lick free, which is nearly impossible. And not to say that I get away from it. I play licks like every 2 minutes, but I try not to lick as much as I can.
And why is that?
When they're ingrained patterns, they just don't have the same life. You know, they're not as connected to what you're doing right now. When you're playing, and you're playing in an improvisational manner with a group, you know, you're playing jazz or whatever, it's always about like what happens right then and there. You know, what did you have for dinner? you're bummed out because you got a bill for fixing your brakes, or the mortgage payment is due, or whatever, you know. Everyone's in that thing, and then you're all together and you're improvising, and it's that specific, incredibly unique moment. And the music is that way too. So if you bring a lick into it, it's like, I don't know, foreign. It's a foreign substance introduced into the mix.
Yeah.
It's not really that musical, right?